Hey guys, how's it going? Well, we're glad to be back. We're gone a couple of weeks and we've got lots of gold and lots of stuff to show you from that trip. But for now, we're going to talk about upgrades. Some of the upgrades that we ordered the trailer with and we would never order the trailer without. So let me grab my hat. I've got a couple of maintenance things I got to take care of you can help me with, and we'll go take care of that right now. We're going to go ahead and dump the sewer because we're out here. We do it every Saturday. It usually ends up being within 7 to 10 days. We need to do it anyway. So we're going to do that and show you how we do it, or how I do it. All we have to do really is pull the black tank dump. You can see it right here. So we let that dump, and as soon as we see it basically stop, then what we'll do is we turn on the black water flush, which is on a separate hose, and we'll do that as soon as it gets pretty much empty, and we let it run for a couple of minutes, and then what we do is we'll shut the black tank with that on. But it's very important that you set a timer or stand here with your hand on it or something. If we get distracted and this is closed and the flush water is on, well, then in a matter of minutes, it's going to overflow into the bathroom and flood out the trailer. But the reason that it's on a separate hose, and we never use our drinking water hose, which at first I used to think it would be okay because I didn't understand how it works. But this hose right here goes from here to the tank. And inside the tank has jets, and it shoots water out and flushes out the tank. But what you don't know, or a lot of people don't know, is that this does not run straight in down to the tank. It runs up, and I'll go inside and show you in a minute. It goes up inside of the vent pipe, so way up inside the wall. And the reason it does that, and then it turns and comes back down, the reason it does that is because they want it to, when you undo this, they want the water to drain back through here and not create a siphon out of the tank and into your drinking area or into here or anything like that. So whenever you open this up and water comes back in there, that water did not come from the tank, but that water was in a pipe that is connected to the tank. God forbid something happens and the water did get into there, then that contaminated water would get into your drinking hose. So you'll see some guys will actually run a manifold. They'll run a little piece of hose right here and they attach it to this hose through a little T or a Y or whatever. I'm not 100% against that if you have a backflow on and you prevent water from being able to come back past that. But the problem is, and I'm going to show you inside, this is a Grand Design Solitude unit, and they went way out of their way to make sure water cannot get from the tank to here. And I'll show you that when I crawl inside here in a minute. But not everybody does that. A lot of people don't do that, as a matter of fact. So what ends up happening is you can get that cross-contamination. So that's why people generally don't want to use the same hose for flushing the tanks, and it's not recommended. All right, so we're done. We've already flushed it. We've filled it up 2 or 3 times. We've deflushed it again and again and again. I'm going to go ahead and close it up, show you a couple more things, and then I'll go shoot and show you how that fill tube runs up high and then back down to help protect this area. See you in a minute. Pressure regulators. Water pressure regulator. What is that? This is the model we use. We use this style because I like to be able to adjust the pressure up or down depending on the situation, because whatever's coming in will affect what's coming out. It's not going to always be consistent. This right here is what most people use. The problem with this one, or it's not really a problem, the reason I don't like it is you can't adjust it. If pressure is at 60 pounds, then you're not going to get 50 pounds or 55. You're going to get 40 or maybe even a little less. They say it doesn't go below 40, but they do sometimes. Now there is something I do notice. I see this a lot. People put these in their Nautilus system cavity where their water system is, and I'm not real sure why they do that. The reason I don't do that is because these hoses, even if they're a NSF, high pressure hose or whatever, if you're in an RV park and it's got 75 pounds of pressure, this hose is not going to last very long. The regulator will obviously protect your trailer, but why would you not want to protect your hose and trailer? But I learned the hard way, because when we first started out 10 years ago in our first fifth wheel, I had mine, which was this style, at the trailer, because that's where it was when I bought the used trailer. And on my third hose, I think it was, is when I finally moved it out to the spigot. Now I always have a double on here, and I run, as you can see, the green hose. I run that hose to use for washing or whatever I'm going to do, flushing tanks and stuff. To be honest with you, I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to go buy one. I couldn't find the one I liked. I like the really nice brass ones. So I'll get one ordered. I'll go on Amazon tonight, because now I remember it. And we'll get it hooked up right. Anyway, there's your pressure regulator I use. People are always asking me about power protection for their RV. Obviously, I had to go with the Hughes because of our last name, but no, seriously, I chose this model and this style for two reasons. A, I did not have time to install it the way that I want inside the underbelly of the trailer. I recommend that. I like that. I want to do that. I just didn't have time. I still don't have time right now. I will, and when I do, I will change it out, and we'll raffle this one away to one of our subscribers or something. I like this model because it talks to the Bluetooth, through Bluetooth to my phone, and I can monitor not only my power conditions, but I can also monitor the usage. Since the last time I reset it, we've used 417.6 kilowatt hours. So I can reset it to 0 and then monitor what our usage is. Right now I'm running about 3,800 watts. I'm running 2 ACs. I can tell because right here it's showing that I'm running 32 amps. And they run between 11 to 15 amps each. And then 2 units are on that line 2, and then 1 unit is on line 1. And the washer and dryer is on line 1 also with that unit. And, so I can keep track of all that. And not only is it a surge protector that protects your trailer, it also monitors in case lets you know if the power's not wired right in the box, all that kind of stuff. And I really like it. I'd do some research if I was you. Choose the one that's best for you. This is the one I chose. I could have had any of them, and this is the one I chose. Oh, I like it. Look at the locking mechanism here. You see those little marks? That's not where someone stole it. That's where I had to cut the first lock off that I had, because I locked it to the first place we were at, and I realized I couldn't find the key. Anyway, if someone wants it, they're going to get it. So, you just do what you can. Alright, well, another thing we can do real quick is get up on the top of the trailer and sweep off the top of the slides. So here we go. I'm just joking. I don't do that. We bought slide toppers. We've had them on the last 2 rigs, I believe, but not the first one, or vice versa. So the reason we get them is twofold. A, we're not always underneath a big solar panel, so we need sun protection. It keeps it from cooking the top of these slide outs, because let's face it, it's always the hottest part of the house. So we got those for that. Also, if we're in a real tree area with a lot of trees, a lot of brush and all that above our trailer, you still need to get up there and check that, because very rarely, but sometimes stuff can get in there, and you don't want to damage your seals when you close your slide out. So we will always have an RV with the slide toppers for the rest of the time. This reminds me, 3 people on our Facebook group for this model trailer hit their heads in like 1 week and split their heads, or at least admitted it and showed the pictures. So that reminded me that I needed to do these. I'm pretty good about it. I don't think maybe 10 years ago on the first one we had, I hit my head a couple times. But I put them on here mainly for other people. I don't want someone else going around here. Stephanie's about this tall, so she doesn't hit them. But yeah, it's just a little piece of foam noodle. Cut a 45 in it, slit it, slide it on. If you want to get fancy, you could put tape on there, double stick tape and different things to hold them on. But we've been out here and we've had 25-30 mile per hour gusts of wind, and it didn't blow off. Matter of fact, a dust devil went through here, right through this dead spot right here, and didn't even fall off. So I think it'll hold on pretty good. Another upgrade we got was double pane windows. A lot of people think that you get a double pane window in an RV to help with the heat and temperature and all that when the sun's hitting, and it really does not help that much. The R value difference between a single and a double pane in an RV is minimal. For that reason alone, I would not recommend getting them. But that being said, we will never have another RV without them, and the reason is because sound, which is not necessarily the number one reason, but pretty high up there. It's amazing. We sit out here and talk and with our neighbors and hang out around the grill and everything, and we walk inside to get a drink or something, and it's completely silent. I mean, unless they're standing right here or really talking loud and laughing really loud, we don't hear anything. And we're underneath this solar panel where you think, you know, where it traps the sound really well. So that's one big reason. The other reason is we are full-time and we have to travel for work, so we never know where we're going to be. I could be in Toledo, Ohio next winter throughout the whole winter, and I've actually had that in Iowa. Remember, we were in Davenport. But if that happens and we're inside the trailer, the humidity from our breath and from cooking, and especially when we have a dog is amazing, the difference in the humidity inside of a house with a dog. It's incredible. You can't even imagine. But what happens is the condensation builds up because you can't run the heater full time to take the humidity out because it's too hot if you try to do that. And if you get dehumidifiers, it's the same thing. You're running electricity, you're burning through it, and you're creating heat with the dehumidifier, because even the best dehumidifier can cool and heat, but they do both at the same time, so it's almost neutral. But it doesn't help you when you're in the winter. So spending a little bit of extra money on double pane windows, we've had them both ways. We'll never have another one without it. Let's just put it that way. Ow. Hi. Another upgrade we did was the 8,000-pound axles, and I'll show you what it looks like from this side in just a minute. But I wanted to talk about the tires first of all. One of the reasons we did it was the fact that it comes with 17.5-inch rims with H-rated tires. It says Cooper Design. I don't know what that means, but they're 215/75R 17.5s H-rated tires. And disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes. You can see here the hydraulic line. It goes to the hydraulic pump and system up there by the batteries. I'll show you that later in a minute. Disc brakes, and then the 8,000-pound axles. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this before. If you've been underneath your rig, maybe you have, but axles actually bend up. They have a natural curve up to them. They're always like that from the factory. This one right here is a 4,000-pound springs. There's 4 of those, obviously. The total capacity for this setup is 18,000 pounds. In addition to what you see down here in the back of the trailer and the pump that we talked about earlier, there is also another change that comes with this upgrade, and that is the pin box. The pin box is rated at 18,000 pounds instead of the 16.8. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, everybody, we're up here in the garage. I call it the garage because it's the vented part of the trailer. Some people put their Bataborn batteries and all that up here for their solar. I don't recommend that. I'm not going to do that. I want to keep them inside. They're sealed batteries. Why would you put them in your one place you can use for chemicals? So, this is for when I go grocery shopping. Part of the 8,000-pound upgrade that we talked about a minute ago was the hydraulic system. This is the actual hydraulic tank and pump for the braking system. So technically it's electric over hydraulic disc brakes. We have 2 batteries instead of 1 because we have the residential refrigerator, and it's made to keep up, you know, they say you can get about 16-18 hours without being hooked to your truck. Obviously when you're hooked to the truck, they continuously charge the batteries. You can go for a long time. Sorry about my mess, but you know, it's a man's garage. It's supposed to look like that. All right, guys, this is the final part or piece of the 8,000-pound axle upgrade. They upped the pin to an 18,000 pound. This is that new MORride system. It's got the one where it slides around and moves around. It's kind of funny because you don't realize how much it does until you try to do your tug test, and the stupid thing moves like an inch or 2 and scares the hell out of you. All right, earlier we were out there draining and flushing the tank. We talked about the fill line and how they help keep it from contaminating that area. You see the black line right here, the black hose coming out? It comes down through here. It goes up, as you can see, it goes up about 4 more feet up behind the shower. Actually on the nozzle side, and then comes back down. It's that blue line now, turns back into black, and then goes into the tank. That way, the water goes way up in the air and comes back down, and if there's any kind of blockage or back pressure, the hope is that the water won't be able to siphon up out of the tank and back down into the Nautilus system where it can create, you know, a contamination situation. So it's a pretty cool design, and I don't know who else does it or if anybody else does, but Grand Design does, and we sure appreciate it. And we just, other than the fact that they don't know how to run wires and nice and neat, we really love them. I'll fix this up on another video. And here's my compressor that I'm going to install into the underbelly on another video too. Okay, I'm hot. It's hot out there, but we got through that. Tell me what you think about it. There's a few of the upgrades for y'all to chew on. We got a lot more to do, and we got a lot more to add to the trailer as well. So I can't wait to bring you along for that journey. I'm glad you guys are still here. I'm glad we're back, and I can't wait to show you our vacation. Stephanie's up there cutting video, trying to get it done. I don't know how she's going to do it. There's a lot to cut. You can't even imagine some of the stuff we saw and did. So I know she's also itching to get up there and do some cooking videos. Just stay tuned, and please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for coming home on the road with us. Good day, guys.
You look like what's his name? Yes.
Hey guys, how?
He brought you his Tuffy.
I got the Tuffy, so I got to throw this real quick. And I know there's lots of questions out there. Just let me know what they are, and I'll work on getting them for the next video.